I told you I was just gonna make another video right after that last one. I saw it was at 25 something minutes. I'm gonna do some more experimentation whenever I get into this flow. I'm just gonna make like a 3 hour long video and just throw it out there one day. Cause this is just how I am. And we having fun with it, man. Before I get into this, it's like I wanna talk about like stepping out of your own limitations. Limitations. Just look at the word. Limitations are mainly put on you by you. You made your own limitations up. Oh, I can't do that because you saw someone else do it great, like in a great way, in an extreme fashion. You saw Steph Curry shoot a gajillion 3 pointers, and you're like, dang, I can't do that. You just set your own limitation. You wonder why you're not succeeding in life because you're the only person stopping you. You're the only person stopping you. You can have your haters say you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. What happens if you're a rapper and someone tells you you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it, and you make a song about them? Hi haters, what was that, Kanye or something like? I love my haters. Like it was like, yeah, Kanye and Jay-Z made a like song about their haters, and that thing it hit the radio. So why were they able to do it and you weren't? Oh well, they stop giving me excuses why other people can succeed and you can't. You are hurting yourself. And one thing I find that would definitely help these people is embracing your shadow side. For me, I used to say that I had split personalities, and I used to. I used to have split personalities where it's like there was Oliver, there was Prince. But as I've gone through my shadow work and I've started to like really start to talk and understand these different pieces of me, all of them come together to make me. It's just sometimes I let one play and one other. Like I let one come out and play and I let the other one go take a break. You know, when I'm in my room, this is Prince. Prince is like the 6-year-old saint child, the golden egg, the golden goose, whatever. Like that was just me. I've always been like a little saintly kid. I was raised as an only child. I never had to share my things. But the thing is, I've always wanted to. And that's like the dark side of my light. There's dark and light in every single aspect of yourself. But I'll get back to that. So that's my light side. The nice innocent little kid that just wants to play and hang out. The same high schooler that was like oblivious to how many girls liked me in high school because I was just in my own little world. Like I didn't care about, sex with girls in high school. I didn't care. It wasn't a thing for me. I didn't care about the parties. I didn't care about all the gossip. I was talking with a friend. She was like, yo, you were friends with all the hoes in high school. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, oh, they were, oh, she was doing that? And she was doing, whoa, word? And I was friends with all of them? It's like my life could have been different. But no, seriously, like me being in my own lane is something that I addressed in my last semen retention video about like my 365 days on it. But then also in one of my videos where I just said, I'm back to being like that kid me. The kid me that's in his own world is doing things. I was a kid in high school that was walking around with a sock monkey in his backpack, and I made it cool because I was technically matched like this, so it all worked together. All the purple city. Shout out to Tallwood. This is not Colorado, ironically, but it works for Colorado since they have the Rockies and Purple City, all that type of stuff. So people think I'm hip. I'm not. Anyway, it's like that's the type of stuff you need to get into, and being that piece of that kid put me back into this place where I don't care what you think about me because my character is going to shine. My energy is going to shine. My vibration is going to be felt by you, whether or not you are aware of it or not, whether you are conscious or woke or not. You're going to be like, yo, something's different about that dude. Yeah, I'm different because I follow my own advice plus the advice of others. I'm always learning, but I need to get y'all out of y'all's little shell. And I'm going to do that by the things that I did and just try to articulate it in different ways. So, working with the shadow side. I've told y'all in different videos. There is Prince, there's Oliver, and there's Dude in the Basement. All right? Oliver is my dark half. Dude in the Basement is the demon. Okay? I got all of them in me, because I like them. They have a purpose for me. Some people say shed your shadow, shed your dark side. I said, no, become one with it. Everything is about joining. Everything is about coming together. People want to share. And don't get me wrong. They could be right with how they're explaining it. But for me personally, it's just like, nah, you don't shed it. You don't push that piece away from you. You bring it in and you absorb it. Like if someone's chasing you in a dream and they have a knife, what happens when you realize you're dreaming and you just turn around and look at them? Like I said, all these low vibrational entities that exist in your nightmares are your creation. They are your low vibrational thought forms, or they are the thought forms that exist out there and they just use your low vibration to enter your mind. It's the same thing. It really is. At the end of the day, you got a big old three-headed Jabberwocky with a meat cleaver and some Uggs chasing you. Yeah, the Uggs is what makes that whole thing scary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all a manifestation of your low vibrational thoughts. If you assign roles to your entities in your mind, they will become your new guardians in you, because right now they're just rolling. They're rolling willy-nilly. They're almost working off of their own egos. Well, I'm the nice kid, so I'm not going to do that. Man, fuck all that being nice shit. You touch me, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, that's Oliver in me. It's like that. He don't talk much, but I had to explain it for the camera. It's like, that's how he thinks. He's like, yo, I'll slice you as many times as I need to. I'll finish you in as few slices as possible. I'll make sure you don't get back up. I ain't gonna kill you if I don't have to. That's see, I was going in there. That's that side. Dude in the basement, yeah, he crazy. He's there though. He's locked up, but he's cool. He comes in the form of a clown. You know, when I was a kid, when I was like in like, that's why like I know I'm gonna get like a Joker card tattoo at some point. You know, but like it's like, he's the one that's like, okay, Prince lost, Oliver lost. All right, listen, if we got to this point that we're this fucked up, it's time for you to come out. Do what you gotta do. No rules? No rules. Handle it. All right, you see what I'm saying? These are all different little alter egos I have in my head, but they come together in a balance. But if you ignore one, it's going to keep trying to get a moment to express itself. These are all your children in your own mind. These are your children. And if you don't, like, if they come to you with your, this is like a little random sticky note, art, coconut water. They come to you, look, Mom, look what I drew. And you just ignore and be like, okay, cool. They're going to be like, okay, maybe I have to do something more grand. And then you form this loop, like with your child in that example, you form this loop of them looking for your acceptance. And then from them begging for acceptance from you, they start to beg for acceptance from other people. This is why we have so many people on Instagram, male and female alike, that are just clamoring for attention all the time. Just look at me, look at me. They spend all day picture, because they're looking for acceptance. They're looking for that attention that they clearly lacked from maybe a loved one, maybe from their own brothers, sisters, maybe from their own parents. At some point, people that have that much of an addiction to likes, notifications, you know, all this type of stuff, they have an issue that they need to go back and heal. And sometimes it's that little piece of you. I'm not going to put the person's information out there, but there's a person I was thinking about that I used to think about a lot. And every time I thought about them, I saw the little kid version of them just like curled up and crying. This is like the empathic thing of me. I just saw it like curled up and crying, like in like a blank white room, and they were just sitting there crying, you know. And it was like, I just want. And I could almost hear them, but I could never make out the words because it's not for me to hear, you know. But it's just like I could just see the little person crying there, and I'm like, yo, if only you would let me help you. If only you would. Say, I can't give you the tool, like I can give you the platform, I can give you the template, if you will, but I can't go into your brain and do it. Like I said in my video I just recorded, everyone's journey is their own. You can be as uplifting, you can be as positive, but that person going through whatever hardship they're going through has to take those steps on their own. They have to put one foot forward in front of the other. You can carry someone that's so far, but when it's time for them to walk, they're going to be weaker. If they walk the whole time, their legs will have gotten stronger. You see what I'm saying? That's why you can't handle everyone else's problems. That's the dark side. This is the dark side that I have to get back into. When I have to separate myself, I turn back into Oliver. If I find myself getting emotionally attached to someone else's problems, it's like, I want to fix it. Hey, it's their problem. Let them do it. The 8-year-old me is like, no, I'm going back out. Oliver's like grabbing his hands like, hey, it's not your fight, kid. It's not your fight. And then I got the little clown in the basement say, maybe I should kill him. You know, this is always I got the weird part in me, but it's like, hey, shut up. He just laughs away. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just the relationship I have in my head, because it's like he's a psychotic clown. Oh, he got to do his thing, but he's in there. He's cool. We throw him a couple crickets down there that he could chase around. I don't know. But seriously though, like, you have to become one with your shadow, and that can look different for other people. You know, for me, I like to have the split. I like to have the split. I can always come together as Prince. That's my one of my gifts. I can go into the dark realms, the dark reaches of myself, and just sit there because I know nothing can harm me. But just as easily, if I find things getting too crazy in the dark, I can just shoot back up here and become Prince again. Start playing little video games with myself. Like just literally like a scene I created with myself. Like you know how in the movie Inception, when what's the dude's name, Leonardo DiCaprio, where he had like a mental image of him getting down to an elevator. He went down to a certain floor to see his wife. I have a scene like that when I go see the different people. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I see the different entities in my head, this is how I've become very accustomed. I gave them their own place. I gave them their own living space. I said, what do you want? And I give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So with Prince, Prince is my original room back home back in Virginia. I open the door and I see the little kid there playing Legend of Dragoon on the small little TV, and it's the best game in the world. You know, that game really set me up. Like Legend of Dragoon is a PlayStation 1 game. If you have a PlayStation 2, 3, 4, I don't know if 5 still has discs, but go play that game. Very simple game. PlayStation 1. It's not going to be graphically intensive, but even look at the graphics for it being PlayStation with the cutscenes. You're like, wow, this game was ahead of its time. But there's these things called the dragoons, the runes, or like this, like these dragoon stones. And when you access them, if you like a fire sign, you went into fire. This person went into like ice water. This person turned into wind, you know, electricity, blah, 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 blah. And each character, their clothes matched the sign that they were fated to run into. It was crazy. That game set me up for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a prerequisite for all my kids. Play this game. And then that'll just like plant the early seeds. You know, my love is still childish. I will admit that. My love is like a sense of like being in a relationship is being childish because my love was formed by that game. The main character, Dart and Shayna, you know, like they started off like a brother-sister relationship, but as they grew, they were fighting together, blah, 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 blah. They confess their love together. They get together. It's beautiful. I live like that in my mind. I love sappy stuff like that. It makes me feel good. That's the light side. So all I do is I see myself opening that door and I'm playing games with that one. And I go sit with him as if that energy took over. That's my playful side. That's my giggly side. That's my I almost said the wrong word, but that's my annoyingly optimistic side. Because that side sees purely light, sees purely fun, sees purely games. That's what life is supposed to be. However, we are in a world that's been dictated and controlled. That's what my other side is for. Oliver. If you watch my video, Black Kid, White School, you know how Oliver was born. Oliver was born out of necessity. Oliver was born because it's like, okay, wait a minute. Me being nice to all these people isn't working. We got to do something different. Keep them away. All right, that's what we're going to do. Keep them away at all costs. They touch me, it's over. That's how it went. You know, and it's like I had to distance myself because the nice me was so confused and so much turbulence that like it was like, wait, but I'm being nice to people and I keep hearing the N-word everywhere. But I thought if you just share with people, they'll care. And kid. Like if you see Mr. Robot when what's his name? The main character, like he like made an image of his dad. Like the dad like takes over whenever the other one gets too worked up or something. It's like that's how Oliver came to be. But then Oliver created the dude in the basement. He's always been there, but we you know when you get aware of these things, it's like Oliver said, "Hey, if I go down, handle him." You understand? So Oliver's room is a study. You know, like the nice wood floors, you know, the fancy leather chairs, the fireplace in the background, even the sky. I don't drink. I'm probably never going to drink alcohol again, but it's like he has like a little drink. You know, Oliver was very much influenced by my father. He's pretty much like my dad in me. So like I always have that character. So like whenever like if I don't have my dad, whatever, he's always here. There's always a piece of him that's here with me. So I pretty much based this character off of my dad. Then there's Dude in the Basement, which is pretty much the creation of Oliver. When the dark side creates a dark side, it gets darker. And he comes in the form of a clown. Like I said, I was like, the theme of my room when I was a kid was clowns. So then I guess somehow that just linked up to it. And if you look up Junkrat from Overwatch, and you look up his black and white skin, that's pretty much what he looks like. And he's just crazy. He just sits there and laughs all day. So if you fight Oliver, I go down, I wake up laughing, I'm not here anymore. And this is the levels. This is how much power we have. We as people can control this and give. And when you assign roles to your alter egos, and when you assign roles to these people, they can cover for you where you are weak. If you're this nice person that doesn't play aggressively like in sports, you can make, like, let's just say you're Cindy. Okay, Cindy, you're the nice person. You want to pass it every time. You don't care, but every time it's time for you to take an open shot, you choke. You're scared. Okay, well, you went from Cindy, now you got Samantha. Samantha's going to take the shot every time. Samantha's going to be, oh, I'm open? Samantha's here. I got you. Boom. And she's going to disappear. All right, handle it, Cindy. Boom. Okay, boom. So then Samantha, she's getting locked down. Samantha's a threat now. The whole team's guarding Samantha. You shoot the shot again. They smacking you up. Yo, you need another gear. All right. Hey, yo. Come on out. What's another name? Cindy, Samantha, Alexa. Come on out, Alexa. And then Alexa comes out on demon time. Like, she's like, oh, word, y'all want to hit people? I bet. 1 second. You gonna hit me? Bah! I'll take that tech, ref. I'll take that tech. Do it again. Do it again. You understand? You have to have that level. Men, all right? Because I'm getting into my bag now. Men, let's just say you are like, I'll use myself as an example, but use my example very, very wisely. When it comes to the dating world, the world that I'm slowly opening back up to after this year's semen retention, it's like, men, there's like the me. I am super playful. I'm super, carefree. I can hang out. There could be 3 Victoria's Secret models in here, and I'm gonna keep on doing my thing. I'm gonna keep acting normal. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna stick my feet up on my couch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang with the sock monkey. Like, I'm gonna be chilling because that's just me. But then there's like there's the kid mode that's like, I can hang out with everyone. We're hanging out. But then there's got to be the adult side where it's like, okay, you need to learn how to have these conversations, feel out these people. That's where Oliver will come in. You know what I'm saying? Dude in the basement he doesn't apply here. but it's like that's when Oliver comes in and says, okay, yo, let me be an adult real quick. Okay, ladies, let me talk to you about XYZ. Men, sometimes y'all don't have that switch. Some of y'all don't know what it feels like to pull that divine masculine out of you and express it. Some of you feel like you're going to be judged by these women. It's like you don't understand, like, the things that we were taught, men and women alike, that we were taught about each other. It's so wrong. It's wrong. Like a woman, like some of y'all are so scared. Like for me, I know I used to be very self-conscious because I used to think like this and talk like this all the time. Sock Monkey is my future girlfriend. All right, I'm talking to this person and it's like I'll shut myself up because I don't want to sound like a nerd. I don't want to sound like I'm going off the deep end. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going, yeah, and then spirituality, right? Because, spirituality is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Nah, because what I've learned is when I go off the deep end, when I start talking like this and I'm just freestyling, people are interested because not only is it the words, because I can talk in circles. It's the fact that the energy that I'm pushing out with these words because I'm feeling excited right now. That's mainly why I like these videos. I'm just pumping out excitement. I'm pumping out creativity. And people feel that, gentlemen. If you are a nerd over Legos, you can build whatever out of Legos. Do that around people. I'm telling you, gentlemen, why are you scared to talk to women? Why are you scared? Play with your Legos right in front of them. If she says you're a loser for playing with Legos, guess what? She weeded herself out. Ladies, if you want to wear something, don't get me wrong, I'm like a neo-traditional type of person. Like, show a little bit of skin, but don't do too much. But do you. You ain't gonna be with me. If you're the type of girl that likes to wear a lot of revealing clothes because it makes you feel beautiful, it puts you in your divine feminine, then don't be with a dude that wants to change you. Don't be with a dude that wants to say, hey, yo, you probably should put some clothes on. And I understand if you're doing a little too much, it's like, all right, I think any dude, but hey, yo, like, I can see your whole areola, chill, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Within reason, of course. It's like, if the way you truly want to express yourself in your divine feminine state, and you can't express yourself with that, you're not with that person. They will weed themselves out. They will make their position known in your life. Be you all the way. I walked around with a sock monkey in high school. When high schoolers are so critiqueful of such a critique, smart asses want to joke, people want to project their insecurities on you. and people began to know me. I was the most popular, unpopular person in school. Everyone knew me as the dude with the monkeys, and then it specifically grew into the sock monkey. But sometimes your lower self, your dark shadow self, will block you. Hey, or maybe even your ego. They're gonna joke you if you do that. You shouldn't do that. That's gonna make you different. Don't be different. No, just blend in. Man, screw that. I stand out nowadays because of how I dress. How do I dress? Normal. I'm wearing some basketball shorts, a hoodie, and a shirt that I've worn for the past few days. Who am I here to impress? I am here to impress nobody. I wear the cool little necklaces I wear. You can see some of them hanging up back there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wear these things because I want to. Because these things were taught to me, especially by my dad, just, yo, do something different. Wear something different. Don't look like everybody else. Do something. You become the trendsetter. And the one thing I say about my dad is, like, he really burnt that into my brain because he led by example. He's the reason why I am a lot of the way I am. My mom got the first start with me, but as I get older, I'm gravitating more towards my dad's information because my dad teaches very passively. And he is a definition of lead by example. What would I look like if I came up here every day and said, be yourself, but every day I'm making sure that I'm all prim and proper. Don't get me wrong, I make sure I ain't got no stuff on my face. And even in some of my videos, I got stuff on my face. I am who I am. But it's like, who would I be if I said, yo, be yourself, be relaxed. And then every single day I'm trying to like wear the newest fashion thing that I don't want to do, but I'm only wearing it because maybe you guys will like it. No disrespect, but I don't care what y'all think about me. Nor should you care that I care. You should take on the information. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, there's billions of things to go watch in the world. I don't care. But guess why? Because I love every single aspect of myself. I love the little kid version of me. I love Oliver in me, the adult in me. I love the demon in me that sits in the basement and just laughs at himself under the spotlight. Speaking of which, his scene. Oh, yeah. His scene. The dude in the basement scene, his image is, if you've seen Courage the Cowardly Dog and their basement that led them down to the cellar, that's what I do with him. You understand? That's what I do with him. I open up the cellar and I just see him sitting there in the middle. And I know it sounds psychotic, but these are the things that make me well-rounded. These are the things that gain me confidence. You know, I don't pretend to be the toughest dude in the world. I am not a fighter. I want to get to the point, and this is my dark side talking, and I want to get to the point where it's like, if you truly mess with me and you are going to inflict harm on the people, myself or the people that I care about, it's like, I want to be able to make you bleed out your eardrums. Just looking at you, be like, hey, you got a little something right there, my guy. What's going on? Leave now, please. You can't harm us. Leave. You know, that's the type of stuff I want to get on. I can't lie. But that's my dark side. I focus on the light, getting everybody's vibrations up. But I got the other dude in the back that's learning his own stuff in the meantime. You know, it's just like, that's the point of magic. There is no good or bad. Light and dark is not good and bad either. Light and dark is not good and bad. It's just a way we identify different modes of ourselves. The high vibration, the low vibration. But just like how I said in a video a while back, higher vibration, you know, they could be very powerful high vibrational entities. They could be very powerful low vibrational entities. Okay? The way I see the world really warring is like, I really do see the people in the black and white suits standing in the tower watching the world burn. It's like, well, I'm going to heal this over here. That was a good move. I see what you're doing there, but I'm going to make this one go crazy. Oh, okay, there's going to be a new breed of cockroach that comes out of here. Okay, cool, but I'm going to have a plant that comes up. That's why I feel like the battle between light and dark is. It's like, I don't feel like they are going at each other saying, we will kill you. No, because I feel like when you get to that level of understanding of the balance in the world, you don't fight. It's just it's a necessity of this world that isn't a duality at all times. It's just right now are some of our what's the word I'm looking for? Our parameters are kind of more physical, aka there's the people that live in the mansion, there's some people that live in the shallows. They live in the favelas, you know what I'm saying? They live in the hoods, the ghettos. They live in the projects. The projects are quite literally projects. A lot of experimentation goes down in the projects. That's why there's a lot of missing kids the people that go missing in the project. There's experiments, you know. There's one thing by Layla Africa. He was talking about how the everything that you want to experiment on the masses, you first do with plants. There are plants that feed off of certain things at the bottom. There's plants that grow with the next couple feet up in altitude. There's a couple of feet higher and higher and higher, right? And when you like put frequencies on the plants, think about it, especially people that live in the projects tend to be melanated, carbonated individuals. So it's like sound affects us a lot differently. That's the one thing, and I know this is going to take a little bit of a turn off of the thing, but it's like we are different. You need to understand that. Black people, we are black. White people, you are white. Asian people, you are Asian. Embrace it and come to us based off of your culture and teach us from the way that you live. Stop saying one is better than the other and all this type of stuff. There's certain things I do believe, but just as for all of us coexisting on this planet, just say that we all have something to provide. We all have something to offer. Stop saying we are better because of this. We're better. We're superior. We're this and that. They're inferior. I'm gonna make another video about that. But anyway, I was about to go down that rabbit hole. But anyway, because I realized I'm at 26 minutes. It's like embrace your shadow self. And you see how open I am with how psychotic I might sound in my head, but you'll see me in person. I'm very still. I'm very balanced. I'm very chill. And I can go in different modes whenever I need to. But it's just like, that's the level of acceptance that you need to have for yourself. When you have that acceptance of yourself over the weirdness that you have in your world, then in your world, like as in your mind, the weird things that you talk about, the weird things that you think about, and you love yourself for having them, because you can say, okay, now how do I bring the good out of this? How can I use this weird thought that I had to help people? How like, and really think about it. For those of you with a limited mindset, how's a killer clown sitting in the basement supposed to help people? Well, I figured that out. I use it as a tool to give y'all a look into my brain, so hopefully you guys can do something similar to that. Always make it your own. But that's something that you can do. Assign roles. Give yourself a scene, but it's power. Don't say, I'm scared of that guy in the basement. No, that's my big red button in there. And say, hey, it's your time. We're down. Get up. And he's just go back, yes. You know what I'm saying? If he goes down, then that's the end of my journey. And I'm going to respawn somewhere, hopefully back on Nibiru or Planet X or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. I'm doing what I can, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not trying to be complicated. I'm not trying to be thought-provoking. I just let the words flow. The world's changing. And depending on what side of that boundary, that line that they draw in the sand, depending on when everything's said and done, what side of the sand do you lie on? Jesus Christ. Like, which side of that sand do you reside on? Okay, are you in this happy free version? Or are you like in the suppressed world that is inevitable? I think there's going to be a split, but it's the coming together of two worlds. And I think that's applying on different levels. There's a financial world, there's a spiritual, there's the free world, the slave world, all these things. And I feel like there's going to be this whole big world after all this is said and done. But I'm moving in the right way. And if you choose to follow me, we'll be there together. You know, it's like a quick moment. It's like I really impressed, you know, by the people that are starting to wake up. It's nice. It made me feel like, once again, the lonely kid, the little kid version, the Prince version of me that has like the separation anxiety. I feel a lot less lonely because I got more of y'all starting to join my videos, starting to watch my videos, and like, you know, you're starting to give your own 2 cents and all this type of stuff. And it's like, I love 2 cents because 50 people that give you 2 cents is $1. So I love this communication we're having. I love the fact that I feel more connected to people now. And this YouTube thing, I never thought would have been a possibility, but this is just fun. So shout out to all of y'all. Till the next one.